Welcome back to Junebug Designs Tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how I made vinyl stickers for my daughter's water bottle with my Cricut machine. For today's tutorial, you're going to need vinyl sticker paper. You're also going to need transfer paper. Make sure that your vinyl sticker paper is compatible with the Cricut machine. I'm going to go ahead and leave some links down below to some of the vinyls that I've used and I like. As you use your Cricut, you will realize scratching at the door. I think someone wants to be part of the video. This is this is our dog Tiny, and every time I record a video, she's either trying to get on my lap or scratching at the door, and I have to do like a million takes. So this is Tiny. Alright, back to this tutorial. Sorry if I'm getting this tutorial uploaded a little bit later, but school started, so it's been very hectic. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. If you need help downloading and printing your Etsy order, you can find the link in the description with a video tutorial on how to download and print Etsy orders. Alright, let's go ahead and head over to the Cricut Design space. If you don't have an account, you want to go ahead and create an account now. And then once you're logged in, we're going to head over to a new project. That's going to take us to Cricut's its canvas. This is where you do all your designing, where you could add your text, where you can add your images. It also has templates. In this tutorial, I'm probably going to do another tutorial going through step-by-step other stuff. But for this one, I had to find an image online. So I'm going to go ahead and upload it and show you how that's done. So we're going to go to upload image. We're going to browse, and that's going to take us to our folders. We're gonna look for it. I have it here somewhere, and now we have it. As you can see, it's not ready for Cricut. Images for Cricut have to have a transparent background, and this part should be transparent as well to let the machine know what part it should cut. So once you upload it here, it's gonna ask you what type of image do you want. So I always pick this one, simple, when we're going to be cutting. And then here it takes you to the background removal, which is a great tool so you could get the image ready. So if you see, you just click and it does the work for you. So we just want to make sure that we are clicking all the areas that we want the machine to cut. And then we're going to select, apply, and continue. Then you're going to tell the machine if you're only cutting or if you're going to do print to cut. For this project, we're going to be cutting, and then we're going to upload. So now our image is uploaded and it's ready to be used. So we're going to add it to our canvas. So for the water bottle, I measured it earlier, and I'm going to be doing this image, printing it in 3.5, this is the great part about Cricut, that you could decide if you want it bigger, if you want it smaller. So it's great. So whatever size you need something, you could just like size it to that. And that's about good. That's going to be good. So this is ready. We're going to go ahead and click make it. We're going to select on a mat. And then I always make sure to bring it down a little bit to make sure it doesn't cut like over the vinyl. And we're going to continue. And let's see, that's going to take us to our Cricut. It's going to take us to the materials. So I have used printable sticker or the vinyl sticker, and it hasn't cut properly. So I always put heavy cardstock, and I leave it on default. If you haven't used Cricut before, if you put more, that means it's going to put more pressure on the blade. If you do less, it puts less pressure. So I just put default because that is what's worked for me. But always play around with your settings. If you see that it's not cutting it enough or it's cutting it too much, then you might want to adjust it. So we want to grab our cutting mat. Now I chose the light grip one. I don't like for my projects to stick on too well because then I can't get them off, but you need them to stick well. So you want to make sure that you're going to pass the scraper over it to make sure it's sticking well and you don't have any bubbles. So once that's ready, we're going to go ahead and feed it to the Cricut. You want to make sure that you put it underneath the little guides. Then we're going to feed it with the little arrow. Once it has it, the little C is going to blink, and you're going to go ahead and push that, and then it's going to start. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit so we could get to the next section. Once your project is done, the little arrow is going to blink. You're going to select it, and that's going to go ahead and feed the mat out. And then now we're going to go on to the next part. So once your cutting machine has finished, we're going to go ahead. I like to remove the vinyl sticker from the mat. Some people like to keep it on there. So whatever you feel more comfortable with. You're also going to need a weeding tool. You could do it by hand, but the weeding tool really does make it easier, especially for those little pieces that are very hard to get. That little thin tip really does help. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our transfer paper. We're going to grab it and we're going to cut it in the size that we need. This part doesn't have to be perfect either, just cut it into a square and around the same size as the paper or the sticker or the project that you have going. So now we're going to grab our transfer paper and we're going to stick it. What I like to do is put it in the middle first and then let the sides go down. That helps you not get a lot of bubbles. And then you grab your little scraper and you're going to put it over. You want to make sure that you pass it a few times so that the transfer paper sticks very well to the vinyl. So I went ahead and cut the edges off of this, but you really don't have to. It's actually easier to peel if you don't. But if you're going to be giving it to a client, you might want to cut it so it looks more presentable. So I guess out of habit, I cut all the edges. We're all done with the sticker. It's going to look great. Look, it fits perfectly. But before we stick it on, let's go ahead and make the name for the other side. Okay, we're going to get back to our Cricut Design space. We're going to go to the canvas, and this time we're going to create a name by using our text. So you're going to populate that in, and we're going to write the name in. My daughter's name is June. And then we're going to pick out a font. Now you'll notice that you have fonts that you can pay from Cricut, or if you have like the premium plan, you'll get those for free. Or you can pick system, and that will give you all the fonts that you have on your computer. So I'm going to pick a Varsity, which is the closest font to the My Academia that I found. Okay, so now we have this here, and I already measured, and I'm going to be making this about 5 inches so that it covers a nice portion of the back of the bottle. And that's all we're going to do. And then we're going to go to make it. And we're going to follow the same steps that we did before. And like always, I bring it down to make sure that it doesn't cut beyond the vinyl. And then we're going to pick heavy cardstock and leave it on default. And then we're ready to cut again. Alright, so now we're ready to stick the vinyl on. I usually like to prep the bottle. I will wash it with water and soap. I also will use a magic eraser, especially if it had stickers before, to make sure to get everything off. And right before I put the stickers on, I like to use an alcohol wipey. That way you make sure you get any oil or anything off of it so that the vinyl sticks well. So before you stick your vinyl on, you always want to measure and make sure you know exactly where you're going to put your sticker on. You also want to make sure that the alcohol is dried before you put it on. Well, now I'm ready to put my sticker on, and the water bottle is going everywhere. They sell these really cool water bottle holders so that it holds it in place, but since I only do this once a year for my daughter, I haven't invested in getting. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and peel our sticker. When you're peeling it, you want to make sure you take your time so you get all the letters off. And then the same way that you did the transfer sticker, I do the labels. I let the middle go first, and then I let the sides fall. And then I pass my fingers through it and make sure that everything stuck well. And then with the little scraper, I go through every single letter to make sure that it's going to stick well. Now carefully you're going to go ahead and peel it. You want to start by one side, going upward, and making sure that all the letters stay. And if you see that one of them doesn't, you can always push it back and scrape it on. But in this one, we were lucky. It all came off great. And then now I'm going to use my scraper to go over it again. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side with the other vinyl sticker. And we're all done. That's how we apply the vinyl stickers. I think it came out great. My daughter's gonna love it. If you like this tutorial, please go ahead and give us a like and subscribe. And like always, thank you for watching.